Language is the best expression of a culture. The only language you can speak is English. Then your thinking paradigm is from there. The only thing you do to it is add a little Afrocentric twist to it. And then you wonder why you can't get away. Because you're thinking like they're thinking with Afrocentric twist. You don't think they've studied? What, and Amamo Mary Baraka in the 1960s says the greatest scholars in African studies was the FBI. They knew more about Africa and its demographics and how you eat, where you go, how you spend your money, where you sleep, than Africans do. And so they're there for you, but not for your elevation. Okay, so it's really, really important that you understand that we are one. So no matter how far down the dimensions we come from this, we are still that. Once you are no longer that oneness, then you're lost. And when you're lost, you're trying to find your way. And if your teacher is upside down, inside out, backwards, and just got here yesterday, there is no way he can put you back on the right path. I'm not here for anybody to agree with me. I'm here to give you the truth that has been given to me. All religions, as we know on the planet right now, is to put you safely in a box so that you don't think correctly. I don't care if it's Islam, Judaism, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, any ism. It's a box. And if you're in a box, then you're not exposed to the greatness of the cosmos. And you can't even ask questions about it. And every time you do something wrong, it's some demon did it. No! You are the master of your ship. If you do something wrong, you did it. You know what I'm saying? That is clear. You did it. You have freedom of choice. Will. Something that some animals can't do. Let me explain something. Peru, the great falcon. The falcon can't act like a dog, even if it wanted to. The falcon can't act like a duck. And the falcon surely can't act like a chicken. Other than that, it will cease to exist. And in nature, the same things happen. But you have the ability, as a divine human, you can change your nature like a chameleon, changes colors. You have the ability to flow in and out. You got choice. I could do something good. I could do something jacked up. You got choice. Most creatures don't. They have a programming for this oneness. And they operate in that oneness. And when they step outside of that oneness, they cease to exist. You understand that? They cease to exist. And they vibrate at their very highest octave when they are operating in that oneness. Look at the ant colony. They're operating at oneness. Each ant, a technical, a red or black ant, one of the black giants, can lift this thing crazy. 1,000 times its own weight in the size. 1,000. But now watch this. 2 ants don't lift 2,000. 2 ants lift 10,000 times the size. It's just like the Clydesdale horse. One Clydesdale horse can pull 1,000 pounds, but 2 Clydesdale horses can pull 12,000 pounds because they're operating as what? One. Do you understand the science here? And we don't get it. We don't get it. It's a mathematical proven formula. The whole universe is operating like this. And we want to operate as individual little clans all over the place. Before I get totally into operational unity, I want to talk a little bit about my book, Spiritual Warriors Are Healers. Because it's going to, I'll go into a lot of it we do next. I think I'm coming back on December 17th. Right. And I'll be really stressing the do lecture, our classical language. And people, Greek can't be your classical language. This was all created before the first Greek stepped on the planet. Latin can't be your classical. We created Latin so that we can communicate with the other Europeans. So what could be our classical language? I mean, Swahili, that's a good communication language, but it's not a classical language. December 15th, okay. So December 15th is when I come back, and I'm going to really go in deep. You're going to need Latin. I'm going in that deep, okay? So come with your boots, all right? But I'm going to explain the language and why it's so important and why, for example, at Columbia University, I've taught from at Rutgers and a couple other places. If you want to take ancient Egyptian writing, first of all, you just can't go in and do it. You have to get the dean's permission. And then you have to be in a certain major. You have to be in Hebrew studies or Middle Eastern studies. And guess what? You have to take French and German. But nothing to do with dementia. If you want to be an Egyptologist, you have to take French, German, and English. If English is not your language. To learn how to speak with dementia, which has nothing to do with any of those. So you see what they're doing? First of all, they're keeping you out. But if you do happen to have all of those down pat, you see how messed up your mind is going to be? You're going to be thinking like a real Afropean. To try to understand your stuff. But if you can still sneak through, because we're fantastic people. We're the most multilingual people on the planet Earth. Nobody speaks more languages than Africans. And so when you say, oh, people are like, I can't pronounce your name. Get out of that paradigm. You upside down, inside out, and backwards, talking about you can't say imposition. You can say Crackawaki and all these other stuff, you know. And then I look at their name, they got some European name, they got 18 letters in it. You know, but they can't make an African sound. That's a paradigm, that's a consciousness. All these African names are so hard. Upside down, backwards, inside out. We gotta make a change. We got to make a change. What I did in my book, Spiritual Warriors Are Healers, let me make this statement. I always start by saying that the main objective of the book was to help you to become captains of your ship. Everybody is a temple. And your temple is like a vessel. And each vessel and temple has a captain. Now, most of us, not only are we not captain of our ship, we're in the baggage department, somewhere down in the basement of our ship. And we have no clue on really where it's going. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not a good, imagine getting on a ship like that, out in the ocean. Captain, where we going? We'll find out when we get there. When we go back? At the nearest point, you know, whatever happens, happens. Is that a way to go through life? That's the way to go through life. Captain, when we going to be in about 10 years? Hey, that's a good question. No clue. Because they don't have a plan. And no plan is the absolute best plan for failure. And then you wake up one day and you're 40, 50, 60, and you realize, where did my life go? Yeah. See, everybody was set here on a mission. Did you complete your mission? Did you even get started on the mission at 30, 40, 50, 60, you know? And education is to not stuff in, but to bring out. Bring out what? The genius that's inside of you, because you are what? One. That means that overall, the knowledge and wisdom that exist in this paradigm, you have access to. Pre-K, kindergarten, you start out with meditation and yoga. So by the time they're in first grade, they're little yogi masters. Their body is still supple, and they can do it. They got to understand that the Creator resides inside of them. And they get that quiet time to bring out. And school should be to what? Amplify their gift. What is their gift? What's their mission? Why are they here? And now you want to what? Sharpen those tools that will help you give your gift to the world. And when you give your gift to the world greatly, you get paid for it. You get compensated. I tell people, don't worry about money. Worry about wisdom, because if you got wisdom, you get all the money you want. All the money you want. You know, I've been sometime on 123rd Street about 3 days a week, and sometimes I make $2,000 in a day. People don't make that in the whole week. One day. I'll go off and lecture. I'll get $1,000, sell my book. Time is mine. At the university, I have a contract. I'm not on their employee list. I'm an independent educational consultant. I teach a course that can't nobody there teach. I want X amount of dollars for it. And I will teach it this time. I'll tell them when I'm available. Then they put it in their program, people sign up. When it's pay time, they write a check with my name on it. Will taxes come out. I didn't even calculate my check. FICO and all them guys on your check, do you know them? Income tax time. You pay your income tax to who? Huh? No. No, you're not. You're not paying income tax to the government?
Only advantages.
Come on, somebody help me. To who?
To the government.
Huh? You pay it to someplace out in the country.
Oh.
They're not even an American corporation. And the IRS has never been audited. Never. You have no clue. Oh, wait a minute. Now, they're taking your money. What do they do for you? Wait a minute. That's sweet. I'm not going to do nothing for you. You're going to pay me? You got to be inside there. You have to be upside down, inside out, and backwards in order to follow that program. And then you're so happy when he gives you a little bit back. What the hell? Oh, I'm going to live a house now. You know, I got my income tax. That's crazy. Do y'all see how deep this can get? It's so deep, it's like you're not going to open in half. You've been bamboozled, run them up. Look what Malcolm told us this 50 years ago. And we still haven't gotten it. Okay, so I wrote this book so that we can begin to take control of our life. Let me tell this quick, short little story. When I was in Plainfield, New Jersey, I ran a summer camp, Afro-Pacific Connect spiritual summer camp. And each year I would have maybe, this particular year I'm talking about, I had about 50 students in my summer camp. And we made it convenient for everybody, you know. The parents did 6 weeks, and parents paid $150 per child. And we provided lunch, and the person can take up to 5 classes. I did a spiritual analysis of each child, and we talked about what is your gift. And the concept of the summer camp was to help develop your gift. You could only take up to 5 courses, but we had some serious courses. Now we had lecture, physics, trigonometry, architectural, kinetic architectural. We had some heavy classes. So 5 was the most classes you could take. I had this one little boy, and the ages was from 10 years old, usually 3rd grade, through high school. And my people who had graduated from high school came back as counselors. I employed them as counselors. But we had this one little boy. He took 5 classes, full load you could take. And he got an absolute 100 info check on every single every class. The whole 6 weeks. Never missed a day. So we're like, oh, this boy's genius. This kid's a little genius. So when we had our ceremony and we gave him the info check award, he multi-genius, multi-level genius, we asked them to speak a few words. And this